everyone, welcome to 3 Style Life. Today we're going to look at a really easy way to mess with your clothes and create some cool new things using some chemistry, specifically sodium hypochlorite, more commonly known as bleach. I'm not going to tell you what brand that is, but you can probably figure it out. And if you're anything like me, you don't actually use bleach when you do laundry, so the 1.42 gallon jug that you bought 9 months ago is still 99% full. So we're going to put it to use today. You're not going to need very much, obviously bleach, some clothes. They should be natural fibers like cotton. Things like polyester have what are called color-fast colors, which means they'll resist the chemical changes that bleach will try to do, so nothing really will happen. I have got a bowl to store some bleach in, and then a chopstick and a cup for applying the bleach. We'll see in a minute, this is a real easy way to minimize the amount of bleach you're using because you don't need very much. You also need like a hard surface to work on. Bleach is, as the label will say, a fairly dangerous chemical. Nothing to worry about, but you can't be an idiot either. So we're going to do this outside, and I'd recommend doing that unless you have like a fume hood. The aeration will prevent you from breathing in too much bleach fumes, and that's always a good thing. So, to the outdoors. Okay, the first step is to get some bleach into the bowl. With a large jug, that's not actually very easy, so if you have a funnel, that'll help. As you can see, I got a few drops on the denim as I was pouring it into the bowl. And as you can see, a little bleach goes a long way. So my mantra is start small and get bigger. It's really hard to reverse the effects of bleach unless you have a PhD in chemistry, and even then I think it's pretty much impossible. So start with a little bit, see how you like it, before you move on to something big. To that effect, we're going to be using a chopstick to apply bleach to a pocket. Real easy. Just dip the chopstick in, get a little bit of bleach on it, and do some things. It won't show up quite at first, so keep dipping and going, and then give the bleach a second to take, and you'll see soon that an image will appear. It'll take a minute, but you can sort of, you can see it starting right there. In a second, we're going to have some crisscrosses all over this pocket, and we will then assess what we think it looks like before we decide to add more. Because again, you can't undo with bleach. And here we go. You see that the bleach has done its work, and personally, I think I would like a little bit more going on here. But that's okay because I can just keep adding until I'm satisfied with what I've got. You can see kind of by doing the first few strokes how much is going to get on from each one, and you can kind of just adjust your method from there. So I'm going to add a few more and give it a crisscross pattern, and I will show you the final result in just a minute. Now, just because denim and bleach became good friends in the 80s doesn't mean it's the only thing you can use it on. Try going with something that you wouldn't expect, like this pretty standard looking polo. I chose this one because it has multiple colors in the fabric, so we're going to get to see how the bleach interacts with different dyes, and it's not always what you would expect. I have no idea what's going to happen with the shirt, but we're going to find out. I'm going to create some circular patterns with this glass, and let's see what happens. How quickly that sets. The way to do is press it deeply into the fabric, and we're going to get a nice burn. And that's actually probably what's happening. The very basic chemical property of the bleach really can cause something similar to a burn, just like an acid would. Let's let this sit for a second before we add a couple more. Note the difference in color. The green turns orange, and the red turns pinkish. Nothing happens to the white. And trying to be exact with something like this is just going to make you sad unless you're using a ruler and very standardized conditions. The way things drift and how things are moving around, it's going to make it impossible to get a machine-like finish. So don't try to, and go for something a little less exact, and you'll be happier with the results. A little bit of randomness is always a good thing. Certainly contributes to the uniqueness of a piece. Also, don't forget that you're probably going to splatter things on whatever you're wearing, so don't wear something you don't want getting bleach on it. You can see little specks are bound to show up everywhere. And when you're not planning to do something, it doesn't usually look as good as you want it. So there you have it. 10 minutes of work. And 2 revitalized pieces of clothing with unique, interesting, and fun designs. It's easy to do. Give it a shot. Start living freestyle. See y'all next time.